Okay, so first of all, apologies for the look of this vlog. This is not my sort of usual attire. I just thought that I'd have a quick vlog quite late on a Friday night um, because I'm pretty excited. It should come as a surprise to exactly nobody that I love a good musical, and it should come as a surprise to nobody that I love an understudy, a cover, whatever you want to say. I love it when you discover somebody in a show that you didn't expect to see that was absolutely phenomenal. And I have read on Twitter and on Instagram and on all the announcements today that the new Strat in Bat Out of Hell is Jordan Luke Gage, who, if you read and view a vlog that I did a couple of weeks ago after I'd been to West End Live and seen Bat Out of Hell as my birthday treat to myself, I loved him, right? I thought he was phenomenal, okay? He was the first cover. He did like 2 to 3 shows a week, depending on sort of demand and stuff. And he has now been cast as the new Strat, which I'm really, really pleased about. Strat is the main sort of guy in Bat Out of Hell, and I think it's phenomenal that instead of going for a big name or casting somebody else and keeping Jordan as the first cover or the understudy or what have you, they've kind of, as a show, gone, yeah, this guy's great. He's been blowing audiences away for months and months as our first cover. Let's let him do it every night. And I think that that's a really, really important thing and a really, really great message. There's a lot on Twitter now and then where people get really uppity about, there's covers in this shows and I wanted to see the star, or I wanted to see this person, or I want to see that person. And I've done it myself where I've wanted to see a particular person in a performance and seen somebody else. And when you see the name on the cast board, there is that little bit of, oh, I kind of wanted them, but actually there are people out there that are so, so good that you've never heard the name of and yet you can't stop thinking about when you've come out of the theatre. And Jordan Luke Gage was that person for me when I went to see Bat Out of Hell. So I'd seen Bat Out of Hell twice at West End Live, and the main guy in that was like crazy, like you couldn't take your eyes off him. But actually I never even thought about him the entire time that I was in that theatre, and that is what a great performer does, whether they are the person that's number one in that role, if you like, or whatever. So to give the main role to somebody that's held audiences' attention for so long, I think is fantastic, and that's brilliant of Bat Out of Hell. That's really, really important. I love Bat Out of Hell for many reasons. Like, it's a really good show. I mean, there's bits in it where you think this is slightly weird, and you kind of just have to roll with it. And once you do, then that's fine. There's bits that are a bit like, what's going on? Oh, right, they're lyrics. I get this now. There's bits like that. But what Bat Out of Hell does really, really well and gets so right is it's got a lot of values, like casting the person that's right for the job. It'd been so easy for them to go, okay, we've got this former rock star, or we've got this, that and the other celebrity, or there's this, that and the other person that you've definitely already heard of that we've cast as the role. And they didn't. They went for somebody that you would have seen and gone, wow, this kid's amazing. And I think that's great. And you know what? After I went to see Bat Out of Hell, I wrote a letter, care of the Dominion Theatre, just to say thank you for an amazing show. And I wrote it to Jordan and said that I thought it was amazing, and the scene of the show was my birthday treat to myself, and you absolutely blew me away. And he sent me a really nice letter back, which was really cool. Bat Out of Hell headed notepaper and everything, just to say, I'm so glad you had a really great time, glad you got to spend your birthday with us, really love to see you down there soon again, hope everything's well, kind of thing. And I think that that's great. He's such a nice person to spend time, taking time out of his day writing letters to crazy people like me that send out letters to theatres. I think that's really, really cool of him. And I put on Twitter today that I was really impressed that Jordan had got the role, and I was really proud of him. I was really pleased for him, and he tweeted me back to say, "Oh, thank you. I've got your letter. It's on my dressing room wall." And I was like, "Oh, okay. I'm on the wall in the Dominion. That's pretty cool. That made me smile." Yeah, I love that. I love that the people in Battle of Hell are so nice and so um, enthusiastic about theatre, and obviously the producers are too if they've cast him in the role. It's a small thing as well, but what I loved when I bought my tickets for the show, which I bought the tickets because the seat that I've had twice for We Will Rock You was available, and I thought it's a rock musical in the Dominion. I need my usual seat for this, so I bought that. Bought it online, and then when the ticket came through, it hadn't come from like Cameron Macintosh. It hadn't come from some like Ticketmaster website. It hadn't come from, you know, one of these things where you pay restoration levies and all this. Like, it came, the return address was the Dominion Theatre, and I really liked that it's just like an operation whereby the people who work in the theatre just send you tickets out and, you know, do all the great things. And I think it's a really friendly theatre as well, which is why I think Battle of Hell is so right and so at home there. I remember the first time I went to see We Will Rock You, it was about March time, and I went to go buy a programme, and the lady went, "Do you want some chocolate?" I was like, "No, I'm alright, thanks, I've just eaten." She went, "Oh no, it's just that we ordered too many Snowball chocolates at Christmas. If you want a couple of bags of chocolate, you can have some. Just here, have some chocolate." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's nice, thanks." So I had like 2 bags of Snowball chocolates while I was watching We Will Rock You, so that was cool. And it's just a really nice atmosphere of a show to go be in. And I'm quite vocal, and I've written blogs about how understudies are seriously underappreciated, and first covers and stuff are seriously underappreciated sometimes. And it's a really great good news story that a cover and an understudy has got something so great, like the starring role out of it. It's like a few weeks ago, the lady that had to run from Mamma Mia to 42nd Street, or the other way around, I can't remember now, literally just ran 100 yards up the road and jumped on stage and was like, "I've played it before, don't worry." You know, these are undersung people, and it's really great that he's finally getting something so brilliant and gets to be like, "Yeah, I'm the lead in a West End musical because I've proved that I can do it." And I love Battle of Hell for that. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's great. I can't bang on about it enough how wonderful I think it is that they just went, "He's great. 2-3 shows a week. Give him all. He can do everything, because he can do everything." I mean, he can sing, he can dance, he can act. He frightened the living daylights out of me when he like jumped on stage and the show started. I mean, if that ain't a way to grab your attention, then I don't know what is. And the fact that he will do that for like 8 shows a week, I'm buzzing for him. I'd love to go back and see him again. And if you've not seen him before, if you did see Andrew in the role, go back and see Jordan, because I tell you what, that kid is phenomenal.